Yo, what's the word, y'all? What's going on, man? How everybody doing? Yes, sir. We back for another one. Got another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. I got them, y'all. I'm gonna keep them coming, man. I promise y'all. But first of all, let me thank everybody who turned me up. We got to 100 subscribers. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's keep going up. We gotta keep going up, y'all. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep turning up, man. Y'all keep sharing me to y'all peoples, man. Everybody who did it, man, I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna keep the good stories coming, I promise, man. Y'all just keep sharing me out, man. We're gonna keep getting lit, and we're gonna get lit, and we're gonna get lit. That's what we're gonna do, man. So keep turning me up. Thanks to everybody that helped with that, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Let's keep it going, man. We're gonna keep it rolling. Now we trying to see 200. Let's get to 200, y'all. Let's do it. That's the next goal, man. So that's what we doing. But first of all, let's start it off. Who the hell is staying out the way? Y'all staying out the way or what, man? I hope so, man. Crazy world out here. You gotta move careful. You gotta move smart. You gotta use your brain first. You got to be on point, man. I don't knock everybody for being protected out here, man. There's a lot of firearms out here. And, you know, you have to protect yourself. You got to safe it up. And I don't knock nobody for that. But God forbid, if you ever go down, they got real deal giants in prison, man. They got some of the biggest dudes you'll ever see in your life. Now, when you see these big dudes on the street, it's different now. When you see big dudes walking around normally on the street, it's nothing to see them. You know what I mean? Because more than likely, it's going to be no problem. And if it is a problem, you already know you're not fighting this big dude. So that's the difference of when you go into prison. So I'm just letting y'all know now, man, if y'all don't stay our ass out the way, they got real deal giants in prison, man. I'm telling y'all, man. So that's what brings me to the story. The story I got for y'all today is about a big giant that I was around at Lawrenceville, man. He was the biggest dude on the compound, man. He was a giant. I ain't even gonna lie. He was an ex-NFL player. He actually got drafted to the Raiders like the early 90s or something like that. I think it was the early 90s. He got drafted to the Raiders, but he played on the line. This particular dude I'm talking about, man, his name is Shoes, man. I was on Lawrenceville with him. I'm talking about he was a giant, man. And this is one of the dudes that I'm telling y'all, like, y'all can encounter when y'all going there. Like, they got bigger dudes than him, but like he was one of my first big dudes that I actually was around. He was a big guy. I ain't even gonna lie. Like I said, he used to play in the NFL, so you can imagine he's probably like 6'5", 340 pounds, solid. You know what I mean? Not really a fat dude, but he was a big, solid dude, man. And he was bigger than everybody on the compound, man. It was crazy, man. And for real, I'm telling this story about him, man, because like I ain't really had no problem with him. So I ain't bashing this man, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I actually witnessed, man, his rise and fall. You know what I mean? So this is kind of like when being too big goes wrong, goddammit. That's what this story is about. But nah, like for real, we was on Lawrenceville, man. I'm on Lawrenceville around this time. Now I'm on Lawrenceville, y'all. So I'm on Lawrenceville. So this is probably like, I say I started seeing him and being around him. I used to see him on the compound when I first got there, but I wasn't in the building with him yet. And then I moved in a block, which was my permanent block for a minute, which was 33 pod and 30 building in Lawrenceville. Not too long after that, he moved in. So when he moved in, I never really had no problem. Like I say, I seen he was he was, like, I wasn't happy about him coming in my pod. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. When I see this big ass coming through the door, I was like, this nigga too big. Like, God forbid, like, what can you do? Like, for real, even if you got a knife, like, you got to be careful. Like, you can't even go at him wrong with a knife, because if you go at him with a knife and you miss, or you try to do something crafty that you thought was going to work and it didn't work, he going to take it from you. This man was huge. I'm telling y'all, like, he was big, he was black, and he didn't play, man. You know what I mean? He was from Tidewater, man. Goddamn. Not on Newport News side. He was on Norfolk, Chesapeake, Portsmouth side. But goddamn, he was just a big dude. So while I'm in the pod, like, he really, you know, like, at first, like, I ain't really seen him poke out his chest, but I heard stories before I got there that he done smacked a few dudes. He done got down, strong arm a couple dudes. Like, when he got to understand, he do weed. He like to smoke weed. He like to drink. You know what I mean? He like cigarettes. You know what I mean? So more than likely, if you got these things, you're going to have to encounter this giant. Like, you're going to have to encounter him. He's a real deal giant. So, like, If you have these items, like he's when he want to talk to you. So around this time that I'm in the block with him, this kind of like the beginning. You know what I mean? It's not the like slightly like the beginning, but um I probably was up there probably 2 years at the most. You know what I mean? So it was a little bit of the beginning, but when he come in the pod, kind of like I wasn't really like making no noise at the time. Like I was still trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? I was getting to trying to figure it out. So it could have been less than 2 years, but I still was trying to figure it out. But he was in the pod, so it ended up falling like it was at one point me and my roommate. I was in the cell with this dude from Petersburg named Red Man. Like I'm gonna go back to him in another story, but that was my dog too. Shout out to Red Man. If you watching this, what up, bro? But he was my roommate, and he had more like a friendlier relationship with this big giant, and I kind of did too, because like I said, he was like he won't from Norfolk, but like he dealt with a lot of dudes from Norfolk, you know what I mean? But at the same time, though, like I say, he was just big as hell. So like I ain't gonna lie, what can I do with this dude? So I was just trying to stay the hell out of his way. That's all I was trying to do, is stay out this bad way. He was too damn big. So we in the block in the early times, and he come in the block like he one of them dudes too that be trying to catch his little situations. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And he make wine. He make good ass wine. I ain't gonna lie, his wine be good as a bitch. So he be, he's in the loop. You know what I mean? Even though he a big dude, he's in the loop. So it was this young boy, man, that came in the pod. He was from Norfolk, man. And this particular young boy, he actually used to go to the visitor room and get the package. So out of nowhere, he come in the pod. He one of them kind of Norfolk dudes, young boy Norfolk dudes. He won't, from what I was told, he wasn't in the gang, but I heard he used to be in the gang. But at that moment, he wasn't in the gang, so he was kind of like a loner. So when he come in the pod, you know what I mean, he ain't really rocking with nobody, but he get cool with my roommate that I was telling y'all about. So my roommate that I'm telling y'all about, me and him got the jack. You know what I mean? We got the jack. We ain't really we trying to make noise. Like we figuring it out. Boom, we just grabbed the phone. This is one of our first phones. Now this is our second phone actually. So we trying to figure it out. We trying to like see what we can do. You know what I mean? At the same time, we just chilling. We got a phone. Lawrenceville is just straight laid back shit. So like, even if you ain't making no noise, you got access to get money to buy it if you don't have it at the time. So me and him basically in relax mode. But we trying to figure our own situation out. But through this whole situation, the young boy that's hanging with the big giant dude, Shoes, he used to come rock with my celly. Then he found out I was from Norfolk. So, it was like he was all right. Like at the same time, we both knew he was trying to, you know what I mean, put a play together for the weekend. So on the strength that he was cool with my roommate, and I ended up meeting him. You know what I mean? We didn't mind letting him use the phone. So we used to let him come in the cell and use the phone. Every time he had to come put it, but for that beginning of that week, he was coming in and jump talking to his people, putting this little play together. We ain't saying like, bro, when you get your pack, bro, you gotta throw us, nigga. Like, we ain't saying none of these things. We just expect a real nigga to be a real nigga. You know what I mean? And I say that because if I'm using somebody, if I go use somebody's phone, if this was me and I go use somebody's phone and I'm putting a play together off this man's phone, he don't even have to ask me for something. Like automatically when I get what I'm getting, I'm gonna go holler at bro, because that was definitely good looking. Because when you're trying to put these plays together, you definitely need the phone. Now you can work off the wall phone and go through that bullshit, but if you have the direct line, it makes a tremendous difference when you're trying to put plays together. So we let the young boy come in and make, you know what I mean, put his little play together for the whole week. Now the whole time he's in there, he's kind of running with the big dude's shoes. Big dude's shoes kind of like he trying to be in security. That's what it looked like. You know what I mean? He big as hell. Everybody already know the young boy shake. You know what I mean? He shook before he even came. He was shaking out before he came to our pod. You know what I mean? Now he in our pod. We put him on the jump to try to put his play together. Boom. He put his play together. Boom. The young boy put his play together. The young boy go to the visiting room. And see, this was like, I was trying to adjust because at first I was the young nigga. Now I'm like 25, 20, I'm like 26, 27. So now I'm not the young nigga no more. So I had to get used to the other generation of people that was coming into prison and how they move. And like for real, I just knew how to move one way. So the way I was telling y'all what I would do, if it was me going to the visitor room doing this, a nigga wouldn't even have to ask me. So long story short, boom, the young boy go to the visitor room. The young boy goddamn come back with the pack, of course. He come back probably about, visitation is over at 2 o'clock. He probably came back like 1 o'clock. So, when you come back, you know what I mean? You need time to get yourself together. Boom. We ain't got no pressure on him. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not looking for him. I'm not doing none of these things. I'm in the cell chilling. So now it's like 3:30. They about to count. Like, hold on, time out, hold on. So my roommate like, yo, goddamn, bro, ain't even come through. He not. My roommate was a diabetic, so when he go to child early. So he came back before we even went to child. So he was he was downstairs letting his homeboy use the phone. So when he came back upstairs, it was almost count time. So he like, bro, ain't come up here. I was like, nah, that nigga ain't come to the door. So boom, we ain't say nothing through the whole count. We mad as a bitch. Like, damn, we put this nigga on the jack. And he ain't even gonna hit a nigga off before count. Like, he ain't even gonna, what kind of nigga is this? So I'm saying in my head, like, these new dudes, man, is different. They different. So we come out at the count. Young boy running this way, he over there, he running to that cell, he in this cell now. Him and the big dude running over here, they running over there. I'm like, so now he running with, I'm like, oh, I see what's going on. I'm like, okay, all right, so he needed, I mean, it was a good chess move, you know what I mean? But he don't owe me nothing. But it's just the principle. It's the principle of it, Smokey. It's the goddamn principle, man. Like I was a little irritated because I'm like, damn, he ain't even come holler at us. So, you know, goddamn, the night go on and shit, right? So he finally like get close to the nigga. Like I'm standing by my door, you know what I mean? So I see him running somewhere. I'm like, hey, yo, bro, let me holler at you. So I'm like, hey, look, let me holler at you. I call him in the cell and shit. I'm like, hey, look, we going to cell. I'm like, damn, boy, like, he ain't gonna do nothing for me and my celly. Like, what's up? What's good? He like, bro, I ain't gotta, you ain't, bro. He started talking some old crazy shit. I ain't gotta do this and I ain't gotta do that. This is my shit. Huh? That's, All right, bro. You know what? Hey, look, get the hell out my cell, man. I told that nigga, get the hell out my cell, man. Hell is wrong with you, man. You know what I mean? So the whole day, the whole night, the next day, it's like, I guess because of that argument, my roommate, he ain't even say nothing to my roommate. And I told y'all he's the rock with my roommate. So I don't know the reason of this. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the big dude done told him some stuff. I don't know what to think. All I know is this man actually just I pulled him in the room quietly, one-on-one. He's from the town. I'm from the town. And I told him, like, damn, bro, you ain't going. And this man came out of his mouth and said, man, I ain't got to do this. And you right, bro. Get the hell out my cell, bro. Keep that shit, nigga. So that's what Lawrenceville was about, man. I'm going to get into a lot of stories about, you know what I mean, how Lawrenceville was and, you know what I mean? But Lawrenceville was who got the rabbit got the gun type action. That's what it was. And that's what kind of motivated me to do my own thing because that's what it's about in there. Like when the rabbit got the gun, you got to go through whack little situations like that. So I hated going through whack situations like that. I always try to have my own, for I can be that nigga making the decisions. You know what I mean? That way I can goddamn navigate what I'm going to do, who I'm going to smoke with, how I'm going to smoke, who can get some. I make the decision. I don't like another nigga being able to make my decision. Like even when I didn't have it or me and my roommate didn't have it, we will buy it. It'll be no problem. You know what I mean? But this dude acting lame as a bitch. So he running around with the big dude. The big dude acting like he is goddamn security. Now the big dude got a little bit of weed for sale, which is the young boy shit. You know what I mean? So we just sitting back in the cut like, damn, this shit crazy. Like we done let the nigga on the jab, boom, boom, boom. That happened. Me and the young boy ain't speak since. I didn't say a word to him ever since then. So that went on probably like 3 weeks later, we end up losing our phone. Me and my roommate at the time, we lost our phone. I was sick. I lost another phone. So now the young boy and the big dude, they the ones kind of like on top slightly. Not on top, but like, you know, he going to get his shit. You know what I mean? So on the weekend, everybody know he going to get it. Boom. The big dude going to sell it because he's security. You know what I mean? This motherfucker 6'8", big as hell. Look like, I'm telling you, he look like goddamn Trent Williams, but dark skin. That's how big this dude is. This dude is huge, man. So he running around, got his chest poked out. And when they had that shit, dude used to act petty. So the young boy and my roommate get into it. I get in between the jump. I'm like, bro, why are you arguing with this lame ass nigga, bro? Like, what is you doing? Like, there's no reason even. So he get to talking. So his room was kind of like right there at the bottom tier. So he come in the room. So I go in the room. But like I said, we both from North. I know he don't now. If he would have swung or something like that, we would have been rumbling in that bitch. But one for one, he was a young boy. I really wanted to beat him up, but I didn't. But he a young boy. You know what I mean? He talking about come in the cell. I come in the cell. He's still riffing. So it's just a little dumb riffing. All right, bro, you ain't trying to fight, bro. I leave. But before I leave, he's still going. The big dude come in the cell. So when he come in the cell, it's like, it's 3 of us in there now. So the young boy getting, you know what I mean? He getting a little bucker. He bucking more. You know what I mean? So big dude kind of like, man, chill out. He pushing him back. Then he putting his arms on me. So I'm like, oh, bro, you ain't. So you know what I mean? I felt the strength on him. I felt the energy on his big ass arm though. I'm like, all right, man, look. I peeled. I got the hell out of there, man. Arguing with this young boy, man. My roommate, I wasn't even speaking to this dude. My roommate then got into it with him. Now I'm like, man, this shit crazy as hell. I'm arguing with a Norfolk nigga. It was just a dumbass situation, man. But the big dude was in there like he was security, and I never forgot that. Like he was looking like if I would have took off on him, and for real, like I say, that's why you gotta think this. You gotta think through this shit, man. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not finna have nigga. Like my whole thing was this. Nigga ain't gonna get off on me, even if I gotta outthink him. You know what I mean? Like it's not happening. You know what I mean? It's not gonna happen. So I thought like, if I would take off on this nigga, because I did look through my parental and I seen the big nigga at the door. So he kind of came in there as the shit got a little bit more rough. Like we got a little bit more, like we was going back and forth kind of, right? So, boom. I never forgot that, man. But I'm glad I used my brain, because I'm like, if I would have took off on him, the big dude would have, who knows, he probably would have, you know what I mean? Nobody could have got this nigga up off me. You know what I mean? Nobody would have been able to break it up. Nobody, like for real, for real. So I'm just like, that was a smart move, but I never forgot that shit. So boom, fast forward to tape. That shit happened. We just in the pod. I don't need them. Like for real. Lawrenceville was designed that you can just chill in the cell. You come out when you want to. You know what I mean? So I'm coming out every now and then, working out, going back in, chilling. You know what I mean? Goddamn. Of course, we trying to get another phone. Boom. My old roommate moved. Now I'm in the cell. My new roommate, which is my nigga, which is bald head. So now we in the cell. So when he get in the cell, the tables turn. So now the young boy, he done went to the hole for some bullshit. He was an idiot anyway. He went to the hole for some bullshit. He go to the hole. So now he in the hole. Now the big nigga's back at the bottom of the goddamn where he belong. He's at the bottom. The big nigga's at the bottom. This 6'8" giant is at the bottom. And he used to look dumb as a bitch now that the young boy was gone. He had the dumb look. So now that my man that moved in the room with me, seemed like as soon as he moved in the room, shit started going good. Boom. Shit started going good, man. Shit started rolling good. So now I got a situation. So my situation used to be, you know what I mean, kind of like how the young boy situation used to be as far as the visitor room. You know what I mean? So I hated this big nigga. I'm talking about, man, he was just a... So now that he's miserable that he doesn't have the young boy no more, and this has been a while now. Now it's been like all the way. But he always been a nigga that like, he'll poke his chest out at a lot of niggas, you know what I mean? But it's like, I think because my homeboy Big Dog, and he was like an old head OG from the town, you know what I mean, from Norfolk. You know what I mean? He was kind of like an old head. He was down way longer than us, but he still had the young swag, and you know, you could still rock with him. He won't like crazy, like, you know what I mean? So he was kind of like, he was like the OG of the pod slightly, you know what I mean? He was older than us, you know what I mean? Bald head, he was from Bald Head Hood. You know what I mean? I had rocked with him before Bald Head, but you know, we rocking with him, but he used to rock with the big nigga slightly. Not heavy, but slightly. Big nigga make the drinks. Our old head love the drinks. So that's how they used to link up always, because of the drinks. So I think because my relationship with Big Dog was the only reason me and him really never had a big falling out. We just used to style each other away. But I used to let him know, I ain't scared of you, bro. Like at the end of the day, you big as hell, man. But goddamn, look, you gonna have to take me out. You have to take me out, man, because I'm gonna try to kill your ass. I'm gonna sneak you. I'm gonna try my hardest. You know what I mean? But I won't try to do these things because he's too damn big, and I can lose this battle. And I ain't into losing battles. So every time I used to come back from the visiting room, people would know the count. And this is why I say people would know the count that I'm coming back from the visiting room. And the people that already in the pod already knew the count to the point where it was an unspoken, like, you don't do these things. Like, some dudes might have done it. I didn't do these things, but it was already, when I come back from the visiting room, I used to shoot to the pod across the hall, which was my man pod, because that's who me and him get in the jump. So I'll go over there, me and him will break down, boom. Always the sweet lady, the cool ass lady in the booth. Like I told y'all, Lawrenceville is different. So like they got one whole building. It's 3 pods in the building. It's 1 building, 2 building, and 3 building. 1 and 3 building are the same across from each other. They're the same size. 2 building is an honor pod, like I was telling y'all about in the last story. That honor pod was actually like niggas really staying out the way, but they shaking in there too. They just ain't, them niggas is just quiet, low, and doing their thing and staying the hell out of the way. But it was a little bit bigger than the regular pods. It was longer. So it was an honor pod. They had more privileges. They can do more shit. But they were still in the building with us. So when I go to that pod, which is not the honor pod, but my man pod across the hall, which is 31, I'm in 33. Everybody kind of would know because when I walk in his pod, first of all, when I come out from the jump, his whole pod would know the count. Because I'm not in the pod. I got visitation clothes on. I walk in his pod, go up the steps, go to his door. Boom. We do what we do. I'm trying to get up out of there as soon as outside rec is coming. When outside rec coming back, all the doors are open in the building and people was just going everywhere into their pod. Niggas it'd be pandemonium. So when outside rec coming back, boom, that's when I'll make my move. I'll go back in the pod. This big motherfucking giant will be sitting there. Like he got his laundry bag already with the items in the laundry bag. You know what I mean? I walk in, he acting like he looking at the TV, but as soon as I walk by, hey, who's that? I'm like, and he did that shit like 3 times. I ain't gonna lie. And I used to tell him, stop doing that shit. Like, let me at least make it to the sale. Like, what are you doing? Like, come on, man. Like, you wildin'. You think because you big as a bitch, you can just, what the fuck, bro? I don't have nothing right now. There's nothing for sale. I don't have nothing. I don't know why you got a laundry bag full of shit right now, because I don't have nothing right now. Ain't nothing jumping. Till I say I got it, I got it for sale. So there's no need for you to be like this. Like, he was one of them niggas, like, aggressive, trying to score. Like, he trying, like, you can score, you can spend money, but, and you know what I mean? And just for real, it's because he was big as hell. That's the only reason I used to sell. I used to sell him the laundry bag and shit, because he was big as a bitch. I'm telling y'all, this dude was big as shit. This was a fucking giant, man. And like I said, I'll come back, he'll have his little shit. So I'd be like, look, man, I don't have nothing for sale right now. So like a couple times people that seen us in the pod kind of like, and when I'm talking, I'm like, what do you know what I mean? I'm mad. Because I'm like, what are you stopping me for? Why do you stop? Let me get to my sale. I just left a whole nother pod. I'm dirty. Let me get to my sale. So I used to come in the sale, bro. He used to be like, man, that nigga maniac. I was like, man, fuck that nigga, man. It's like, for real, I ain't had no problem with him. He just used to do in the way big shit, man. And it used to make me mad. So we used to just go through little mind games type shit with his big ass, man. Like, shit was just like mind games, but shit was crazy. Now, it's been a couple years now, like, ever since the young boy, you know what I mean? He haven't really made no noise. Like, he hasn't been able to get back in the car, nothing yet. Like, he might be able to spend a couple dollars or tax time roll around, peoples might bless him. You know, that's dudes always get blessed in prison in the tax time, especially on Lawrenceville. You can spend that real money. Niggas getting that tax time money, but he never really been able to recover from how it used to be, probably before I got on the compound, or how it was when he was in the pod with the young boy. So like, he kind of like on washed up time slightly, but he's still the biggest nigga on the compound. He's the biggest dude on the compound. So he's slightly on washed up time. So, but I'm not gonna even say washed up time. It's just like, I felt like he could poke his chest out. He still was poking his chest out at a lot of niggas in the pod. You know what I mean? But like, he just, when I say, I ain't gonna say washed up time, but like everybody, I got washed up there. You know what I mean? My time was up there and I was washed up. So when I use that word, it ain't really like I'm killing the man or something, but he was getting it was a rap for him slightly. Like, it was a rap, you know what I mean? Like, he had nothing going on. So boom. In our pod, every day, they had a poker table. Now, they used to play real poker in there too, like with the chips. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, niggas bringing money. Y'all know how poker, if you was locked up, the poker game, it was real poker games in there. But they used to have another poker game where a lot of dudes used to play that didn't want to go spend a lot of money. So it used to be called lockout. And that was something that you could do. You just want to burn some time. But it's lockout. It's called, it's the regular poker, but it'd be like 8 players. You know what I mean? Everybody get 20 chips. Everybody get 20 chips around the table, which was the cards. You know, it was the cards, 20 chips. So you play poker, you gotta bring a deodorant or a toothpaste or just some dumb shit like that. I think it was $3 lockout. It was some shit like that. So dudes would play that shit all day. So the big dude used to play this shit all day. The big guy, Shoes, he used to play that shit all day. So they gotta take, the table looks like this. It's just a regular octagon looking table with seat right here, seat right here, seat right here, and a seat right here. So it's 4 seats. But with 4 seats, it's always a dude in between. You know what I mean? Dudes, you get in where you fit in. Like, niggas, that's how you gamble in prison. Like, you don't have to have a seat. A lot of dudes don't even want the seat. A lot of dudes just have their foot on the seat sometimes. But the big dude used to go to the game every day and sit down right at this jump, like in the seat, kind of like where I say I'm sitting at. Like, so if it's 4 seats, he'd be like in the jump where I'm sitting at. So Boom. That was his drop. That's what he used to do every day. You know what I mean? He used to do this shit every day. He used to do it every day. So around this time now, a dude from Richmond named Stink moved in the pod. He moved in the pod, and Stink was one of the maniacs from Richmond. I ain't even gonna lie. Like I don't know. Like me and maniacs kind of like we always get along. Like for some reason, I don't know why me and maniacs get along. Maybe because I'm a maniac, but he moved in the pod. Like every city always sometimes has a aggressive ass nigga that's a maniac, and he was a maniac from Richmond. So Stink ended up being cool as a bitch though. Like as I got to know him and shit. You know what I mean? Like he was in the pod. Like he came in. You could tell he was like like he was like one of the like Richmond was running behind him. Like you know what I mean? He was somebody. And you know what I mean? I heard he was down a little minute. He wasn't old. He probably like our age. You know what I mean? A little bit older at the most. If I was like 27, he was probably like 29, 30 at the time. You know what I mean? He wasn't that much old, but he turned out to be a cool dude. But Stink ain't a little dude either, but he's not that nigga size either. He's not the big guy size. The big guy is different. The big guy is LeBron James height, got now Trent Williams size. That's how big the big guy is. You know what I mean? Stink probably like 6 feet, 6'1", with size, a little size to him. You know what I mean? Like the average dude, if he, you know what I mean, he gonna look big to an average dude, but he's not bigger than the big dude. So he coming apart. Now, Stink went in there, like, as far as I heard about him, I ain't gonna lie, I heard about his resume. He say dude put in work, you know what I mean? He was somebody from Richmond that put in work. And I can believe that, you know what I mean? He ain't look like nobody, because we used to gamble against, I used to gamble against him. Like, I used to be at the real poker table sometime. And that's when me and him kind of got cool at the real poker table. You know what I mean? But sometimes he used to play that lockout shit too. I never really played that shit. Too many dudes, too much bullshit, always arguing going on. That shit was stupid. I never played it. So Stink started playing the lockout poker. So they all used to play. It went on for a while. They were playing poker. So Stink is in the excuse me. Also, Stink is in the cell. Stink is in the cell right behind where they playing poker at. Like where I'm sitting, he can just walk right to the cell right there. Boom. The table's right there. His cell is right there. So they were about to start the game. Boom, 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 boom. Everybody bringing their shit. Stink come down there. I'm standing, and the reason why I'm saying this is because I was standing. Like I say, now around this time, me and my homeboy Ballhead, we got a phone. Now we back with a phone. Like I said, tables are turned. We straight. Everything good. Got down. So we got a jack. So sometimes I just use it, like when my bro using it, I just come out the cell and just stand in front of my cell, put my foot on the jump on the railing, and just, you know what I mean? Because the upstairs had like the railing joint in front of your cell, like you know what I mean? They go all the way around. You can just come out there and just, you know what I mean? Just stand on your shit, chill, look at the pod, look at the TV. You know what I mean? Just burning time. Like, so I'm just standing out there because my bro was on the phone. So like, you know what I mean? I can be in there, but like we just, sometimes getting bro privacy. Like that's how we used to carry it. So I come out and I'm looking. I see the lockout game. You know what I mean? I see what's going on. Goddamn. Stink goddamn come from out his cell. I told you his cell was close. He come right there to that seat and he put his foot on the jump. Boom. So he like leaned over, but his right foot is on the jump. So he putting his money, giving the dude his money. Boom, boom, boom. The big dude come down the steps. Jolly Green Giant. Some big shit. He come down the steps. Goddamn. He get next to Stink and say, hey, give me my seat. Stink was like, what? He was like, man, give me my goddamn seat. You fucking heard me. And he kind of elbowed him. So Stink kind of, like I told you, he was in, like, so he took his foot off the jump. When he took his foot off the jump, Stink came with a goddamn Yukin. I'm talking about this jump was, and I know for a fact, and I'm looking at him because it was in slow motion. I'm paying attention to the jump. I'm looking, and all I see is him, like the punch came so goddamn slow because like I say, you got to put your all into the punch. You're not just gonna steal on this man. You know, sometimes they call this shit, I stole on his ass. No, you got to try to hit him and damage immediately because if you don't, it can get ugly. So I'm watching how slow the punch coming, and he threw that shit like a. He didn't go straight with it. Like that shit was like a, like he swung it round. And he caught that nigga ass. Man, he hit that big motherfucker. Big motherfucker felt that though. He felt it. I know he felt it because he hit him in his chin. Big nigga said, goddamn, he tried to grab Stink, get away so they get in the pod. They square off and shit. Stink ready to fight his big ass. I'm like, oh shit. I tell boy, hey, come out, look at this shit, look at this shit. Come look at this shit. Fuck, nigga, Clash of the Titans. What do you mean? It's Clash of the Titans right here, nigga. What the fuck? Nigga square off with that big nigga. He square off with him. Goddamn. Motherfucker, I guess as he was squaring off, I guess he thought about it. And for real, y'all, I'm not even gonna lie. I ain't mad at him for this because you gotta be smart. Like I told you gotta be, this nigga is the biggest nigga on the compound. This nigga's huge. So when they squared off, I guess they thought about a stink singer. That nigga dipped. As he dipped, the big nigga chasing him. He trying to grab him. Stink get away. Stink go up the steps. Big nigga come behind him up the steps, skipping. So when you go up the steps on this way, Lawrenceville have, all right, so it's 2 steps. You go up the steps on this side, on the right side, you go up. You can either go around to the other side, you know what I mean? Or you can go around to my side of the pod on the top tier. And that's a dead end. But on the other side, where Stink ran at is only the laundry room, and then there's a back door to the 32 pod, the honor pod, because all the pods are connected. So, goddamn, I'm like, oh shit, Stink run up the steps. He get up the steps. Big nigga skipped the steps up, but how he chased it up to him. Stink goddamn got to the end. It was a dead end. It was the laundry. That nigga got there. He cleared that bitch. He jumped, man. That man jumped off the top tier. And I'm sitting here like, oh shit. Man, I'm like, this shit crazy. So niggas like, damn. So it's like half and half in the pot. Niggas like, damn, he ran. Like, niggas, but still though, like, I felt them like, this is a big dude. You gotta come correct. If you don't come correct, you gonna get hurt, man. I'm telling you, like, I knew for a fact if he would have caught Stink, he was probably gonna do some old Andre the Giant ass shit on that nigga and don't even punch, just pound his ass like this. He probably would have did some old maniac shit. So, goddamn, Stink jumped off the top tier. That last time I seen someone jump off the top tier when I was telling y'all about my old roommate. His homeboy jumped off the top tier with the dude was chasing him with a knife. But sometimes that's what you gotta do. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do to get away sometimes. Like, the shit be real in there. So he jumped off the top tier. So now, boom, it's like it's a standoff. Every time Stink, he go this way, Stink will go up this side of the steps, and like he can't catch him. So it's like the nigga, I guess the big nigga got tired. The big nigga got tired, y'all. He got tired. I know that's what happened. And it was like, it was a standoff. And it was like, he couldn't get the nigga. And he couldn't get Stink, man. So now, like I say, it's like, oh shit. So now this shit done went on for like 30 minutes. He's standing in the pod, and then he just get to walking to him, and then Stink will go boom. Stink either go up the steps or Stink will go this way. Like, he was just, man, he didn't want to fight this big motherfucker at the time. After stealing on his ass. So niggas was like, damn, he stole on that man and ran. Like, a lot of niggas was saying, that's fucked up. So now it's like, it's stand by for child. Now that shit moving around and everybody seeing what's going on. Everybody coming out to sell the pod pack. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, this shit crazy. I'm like, I ain't going to child. I want to see what the fuck gonna happen. So they looking like they ain't going to child. It's still a standoff. So the big nigga like, man, I guess he just got tired. I swear, I guess he just got tired, which was a mistake. That was a goddamn, he's too big to let something like that go. I don't give a damn. I'd have been in that nigga's cell waiting for him. Like, you wouldn't even been, bro. You might as well just check in the hole. That's what that would have been his option. You either go check in the hole or goddamn, I'm gonna be waiting for you in your cell. And if you don't come to your cell, I'm gonna end up pounding your damn roommate, because Stink roommate was this dude named Benny Boone. He was an older dude from Richmond. He was cool. He was a store box, you know what I mean? He used to get his little money. He used to gamble. He was way older than us, kind of like, but he was like, you could tell he grew up in a card house in a cellar party. Like, he was one of them old heads. So he had a store box, and that was Stink roommate. You know what I mean? So we say, like, I'm just sitting back like, damn. So the child then went. So this is around the time when it's Ramadan. So during Ramadan actually, they, you know, the Muslims go eat. The Muslims in NOI, they actually go eat after everybody goes eat, after everybody else eats. You know what I mean? They get their own little meal because they've been fasting all day. You know what I mean? So like, the compound just be, when it's Ramadan time, it get dark early usually. You know what I mean? It just dudes be everywhere. That's a time for you can send this to this building. You can do that. Hey, yo, I'm about to go meet my homeboy. Like, the compound be crazy. So Stink is actually in it. He's not a Muslim. I don't think he was a Muslim, but he's going to Ramadan. Some dudes used to sign up and go to the NOI jump. You know what I mean? Because the Muslims ain't gonna let you in their child hall if you coming in that bitch faking. If you ain't Muslim, you ain't fasting, you ain't coming to meet nobody. But NOI, sometimes you can sneak in and go holler at your people. So Stink was on the list to go every time. So besides Stink's cell was the showers too. You know what I mean? Like he was behind the poker table, but the showers, it's 4 showers downstairs and it's 4 showers up top. You know what I mean? His cell was by the 4th shower on the bottom. So this shit done went on, y'all. This shit done went on all day. So now it's Ramadan time. You know what I mean? They go eat and shit. So goddamn, he don't fuck with Stink. He couldn't get him. So I guess he just gave up. I'm like, he gave up. Big ass gave up. Fuck. So Stink go to the junk. They eat last, but they eat breakfast first. So they eat breakfast probably like 4:30, 5 in the morning. So the lady would just be opening up doors. You can hit your button and be like, yo, let me out, I'm on the list. And Lawrenceville bootleg, boop, she opening any door. She don't give a fuck. Like that shit just bootleg. So I guess Kearney got his door open. Once Stink went to the program, you know what I mean, to go to the breakfast joint. So when I'm asleep, I hear about this. I hear about this the next day. My whole boy is on the bottom 10 telling me the whole story. So he say when Stink go to the breakfast jump, he said when Stink coming back, he said before he came back, the big dude then came down the steps and goddamn went and hid in the shower. But this big dude, he was so big, he couldn't even look. This one you can order Nike. They had little Nikes we can order, or you can order Timbs. Like, but his feet were so big, he couldn't order one of them. So he had like a profile to order Jordans, or you know what I mean. So he's the way these Team Jordan. He had them black. I know y'all remember them shits. The Jump Man. I think they're the Jump. He used to have the black, white, and gold ones. Not all. They had like the gold Jordan on the tongue, but they were black and white most of it. He had them shits, but them shits was like size 16s. I swear to God, them shits was huge. So they said when Stink came back from program, he seen the Jordans in the shower. So the showers ain't like susses with the bars that close and it's see-through. If you cover it up, take your shower. No, they got actually white curtains. So, but the curtains only come to like your shin. So like you can see somebody's leg in the shower, you know what I mean? It's type shit. So he said when he was coming back, he seen the nigga Jordans in the joint. So he like, nah, the fuck? He was like, nigga, I see you. Nigga, I see you, nigga. Bring your ass out the shower. So he said this big ass nigga actually came out the shower. Like, he didn't chase him again. Man, fuck that, man. He's supposed to do drastic shit. This man just stole on you and ran. What y'all would have done if you was his size? If you was a regular nigga, for real. If you was just any nigga, like, a nigga punch you and run, like, it got to be over with right then and there. I don't care what's going to happen, what he's going to do. He got to run for the rest of the night or go to the hole. Period. So, goddamn, he let him go again. So this shit crazy. So, you know, now we hearing about this stuff now. Like, you know, we hearing about this. We seeing what's going on. It's the talk of the pod. Everybody like, yo, god damn. So now it's like, it's Ramadan over. Ramadan is over. So now we seeing that he kind of getting in like rhythm of like, he deaded that shit. And I'm telling you, it's fucking everybody up. Because everybody know this nigga's the biggest motherfucker on the compound. He's a giant. So how could this beef be dead? So I'm nosy as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'm still like that. Like, and prison made me like that. So I'm observing everything. Like, I'm watching everything that I can. Like, my sneaky eye, I still got it. Like, that shit that's that prison shit. That shit hard to shake. I just naturally on point. I want to know what's going on. So I'm making sure I'm watching certain situations at all times. And like, I'm like, he's really getting comfortable of like letting dudes still be in the cell. You know what I mean? So, boom. So now everybody's just carrying him like he's nothing now. Like he's no, I ain't gonna say that niggas was carrying him, but this move right here was a carrying nigga like he was nothing. So the big dude, he only goes to commissary basically probably like one time a month. And that's when on the first of the month, because if you got a job, that's when you get your check. You go to commissary on the first of the month, everybody at work. So he used to have a little job where you go to the gym, get all the deck of cards, the checkers, and all the backgammon pieces, all that shit. He had an easy job. So he probably was making like $60 a month. You know what I mean? So when he get his check, he used to buy everything off commissary. All the sodas, all the chips, all the soups, all the tunas, all the sausages. I mean, the bag would be this tall every time. It'd be a tall ass bag about this damn tall. So we just go to commissary one day, y'all. So we went to commissary. It's a good day, everything going on. So he was actually in the cell with this dude from Newport News. And I ain't gonna say his name. He a funny nigga, man. When he told me this shit was funny as a bitch. But I was in the cell with him. And goddamn, I mean, he was in the cell with the dude. So beside them was a dude from Richmond. that was the big dude that was beside the big dude's cell. So niggas just tired of him. Like after that, I guess everybody that really hated him really just was like, man, let's just do something to get his ass out of here because he whack as hell. Niggas just started hating his guts. So he go to commissary and get all this shit like I told y'all. He come downstairs. The shit is like it's dead. He come downstairs to do the little poker shit. He like niggas just be running around. He go upstairs to get something. That nigga come back out the door and say, hey yo, I'll make an announcement. Who the fuck took my bag? Somebody took my whole bag out my cell. I don't know who the fuck took my whole bag. I want my shit. So he looking at Stink the whole time. He immediately blamed this shit on Stink. Now you wanna push all the energy back to Stink now, huh? That's what you wanna do. So we looking from afar like, oh, this really, see, yeah, all right. So I don't know what's going on, but I know for a fact Stink didn't steal his bag, but I didn't even know him first. Because first of all, niggas that Stink don't steal. Like stealing in there, niggas look down on that shit. You know what I mean? But for him, you know what I mean? Like that shit, niggas got a pass. You know what I mean? Niggas like, fuck that shit. So they stole his bag. So what they did was they ran a switcheroo on him. It slung it to the next cell when he was gone real quick. And they made it quick, like nobody could see it because it was fast. It was like right next door. And it was, you know what I mean? I didn't do it, you know what I mean? Type shit. So he mad as hell. He mad as shit. So now he want to fight Stink. So Stink like, nigga, I ain't steal your shit, nigga. You know what I mean? Fuck wrong with you? I ain't steal your shit, shawty. What is wrong with you, nigga? So they going back, but they still no fight. You know what I mean? He like talking from like a distance, like arguing. So Stink Sully Benny Boom, he like, man, hold on. He like, hold on, man, come here. He talking to the big dude. He's like, man, come here. Let me talk to you. He called a big dude in the cell. Like I told y'all, Benny Boom is the store box. He dumb scrap, especially every store day. Niggas be on him $1 million. He got 1 million honey buns, 1 million chips, 1 million soups, sodas. He got everything on commissary you can name. He called a big dude in the cell. So Benny Boom, he trying to, like, I ain't gonna lie, it was a smart move because he a businessman. He trying to do business. He can't conduct business with this bullshit going on. It's bad enough that his roommate got his shit to his cell. He done stole on the man and ran. But who knows? If he would have fought that man, he probably killed that man. So it was a smart move at the end of the day. But still, Benny Boom ain't got time for this shit. So he called him in the cell and he was like, look, man, I'll just go ahead. I don't know who stole your shit, but just to kill this shit, man, just to keep the pod level, man. No bullshit in the pod, no police coming in. I'm going to bring me your receipt, and I'm going to give you everything on your receipt. So the big dude go get his receipt. And next thing you know, everybody out in the pod looking, we see him come out of Benny Boom cell with a big ass bag. Now, it didn't look gangster like he went in there and pressed them niggas for it. It didn't look gangster or nothing. But he just fucking, he took the bag of commissary and it was over with. So now we like, oh shit, this nigga really letting it go. So this was the final draw that we knew he was letting it go. One day I'm in my cell. So from my cell, I can look from my cell from my cell window to the other side of the pod, to the other upstairs where I was telling y'all about where Stink jumped down off. So it's a back door right there. Like I told y'all, it's 1, 2, 3 pods. All the pods are connected. We can talk to 32 pod. The one pod can talk to 32 pod from the back door. 32 pod can talk to both of the pods. That's what made them on a pod, goddammit. They had privileges, but Stink is at the door talking to his man at the back door. So we see, I'm standing in my window. You know what I mean? Bro on the phone. I'm standing in the window. I'm just looking out the door. I spot the big nigga going up the steps. I spot Stink at the back door. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, boy, look, it's about to go down. He get up and look. We see him going up the steps. Now, before you get to the back door is 1, 2, probably about, it's a lot of cells. But when you come up the steps, you hit the corner, it's probably 1, 2, 3, 4 cells. Then you walk a distance and it's the back door. So I'm like, oh shit, it's about to go down. My man, I was telling y'all about my homeboy that you know what I mean, from the town, the old head, the OG, got down. He was going to his cell. So either he's stopping there or he going to kill Stink, one or the other. But we trying to get front row seats. We watch. He walk up the steps. He walking, and I know he sees Stink, and Stink talking at the back door because that's all you can do is just talk through the crack. He like, and I see Stink like kind of double take, and he stopped. You know what I mean? So he looked, and then the big nigga just went in my man's cell. Like, oh, like this nigga don't want no smoke, man. Like, you don't want no smoke, man. Like, you don't want smoke. You didn't let this go, man. Like, I'm looking at you different. You too big to let this go. So at the end of the day, that was his problem. I was done. My hands was washed. What do you want me to do? You know what I mean? Like, I don't jump out there for anybody anyway. You know what I mean? But my hands was washed with him. I don't know if he was feeling like he was outnumbered. This nigga the biggest nigga in the pod. I don't know what he was thinking, man. So long story short, y'all, this is what happened. Boom. He done let it go so long. Shit is hectic. You don't let in prison. You can't do this. This is the thing you definitely don't do. People that just coming in, you don't do nothing like this, man. He let it simmer too goddamn long. It was too long. Goddamn. Now, some maniac dude from Richmond is moving in the pod. I want to say his name was Mark. He had silvers in his mouth, and he wasn't even that big. He wasn't as big as Stink at all. But he was a dude that had a little size to him, and you could tell he was bitten somewhere before, and you could tell he was just one of them aggressive Richmond niggas. Like, you would run across them every now and then. Every city got dudes like that, but he was one of the more aggressive, like, I'm with Richmond, and nigga, this is what it is. So when he come in the pod, I guess niggas is telling them what's going on. So he snapped one day. He like, man, y'all running from this motherfucker. And he loud as a bitch. Everybody looking. He like, man, y'all running from this. I don't give a fuck how big this nigga is, shorty. I'll run with this nigga, shorty. Hell wrong with y'all. Y'all rumbling. Y'all running from this nigga. Goddamn, da-da. So goddamn, that shit was just like, oh, shit. So Kearney here. So he tell my man, like, oh, I ain't my man. Like, yo, you hear dude talking reckless. The old head dude, the OG nigga, he like, yo, he like, man, I ain't got no beef with that nigga, man. I won't Stink. I ain't got no beef. He still telling me he won't Stink. Nigga, you ain't gonna get Stink, nigga. You had chances to get Stink. You didn't get him. You didn't get him. You let him rock for too goddamn long. So, boom. At this particular time, it was me, my roommate, and another dude from Norfolk. It was about 4 of us, and we didn't go outside rec this day. It was like a morning rec. We didn't go outside. So we chilling. You know what I mean? The dude, the shit just happened not too long ago by this commissary, the maniac dude from Richmond moved in the pod. Goddamn, he's about work. He's about work. Now, I didn't know this was going to happen, but he's about work. So, boom. Goddamn. We see him and Stink come back from rec. They in our pod. Him and Stink come back from rec. We standing downstairs like where the cleaning gear is at, kind of like where the microwave and the sink is, all that shit is at. Like, it's like an area right there. But under us is that laundry area and kind of where Stink was talking to the dude in 32 part that through the door. That's under us. But if you stick our head out and look like this, you can see the top tier, kind of where the big dude cell is at. We see Stink and the dude come back from rec. They got coats on. They come back from rec. They go up Stink cell is right here. The dude cell is right here. They go up the steps. You like, They go up the steps. They go inside the big dude's cell. So we down there. All you hear is, boom, 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 boom. All right, boom. I'm talking about this noise was loud as hell. Niggas was like, oh shit. Boom. Then you hear a little bit more. Boom, 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 boom. Them niggas come out. Stinking dude come out. Like, oh shit. I thought that was I thought that was them who noise I heard. I was like, what the fuck? Them niggas come out. Them niggas goddamn dispersed. Goddamn niggas went to the cell. We standing downstairs like, oh shit, they banked them. But I ain't gonna lie, like, I ain't had nothing to do with that shit, man. Dude was kind of like petty. And, you know what I mean? Like, he too big to let niggas bank him. I don't give a fuck. Niggas had a gun. They came in that bitch. Nigga, you too big. You supposed to take a bullet and grab that gun and fuck the other nigga up with the other hand. Nigga, you too big. So what they did to him was blowing me. I'm like, what the fuck? So out of nowhere, the police come in the pod. The sergeant come in the pod. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, he coming down the steps. But if he coming down the steps, it's like he got something on his head. Like he holding his head. You see he got a couple of marks. He holding his head and shit. Goddamn. Nigga leave. Big nigga never came back. Big nigga never came back, y'all. That's my word. He never came back. Goddamn. So the word was he was getting transferred. He went to the hole, he getting transferred, but they say he ended up getting a head injury. So they end up coming locking goddamn niggas up. But I don't think goddamn he told on niggas. I don't know if the nigga Mark, the other nigga from Richmond went down, because Stink ended up getting out the hole. So I never really asked what happened with the situation, but they said that nigga had a major head injury, like some surgery type shit. I don't know, like that's word. That's what niggas was saying. Like they said he hit the nigga, the dude. One of them niggas hit that nigga. They said one of them stabbed him, and then one of them hit him with a TV. One of them hit. That was that loud noise. And we had 13-inch colors, and them shits is like box sizes, and the right strength on that shit, nigga. That should be some movie shit. You might could put a nigga head through that motherfucker. So when we heard that door, that shit was like, boom. Niggas hit him with the TV. It was over with. It was over with, man. And that shit was crazy, man. So, like, the big dude was gone. That was his rise and fall, y'all. That's when goddamn being too big goes wrong, man. He gave dude too much time, man. So, like, I always thought, though, I was like, this big motherfucker. Because when he was walking down them steps, he seen me, he seen my roommate, and he seen the other nigga from Norfolk. And we ain't fuck with him like that. We all right, but we ain't, but we saying out here, like, he walk by and look at us, give us a look like, nigga, y'all goddamn, man. I'm looking at him like, nigga, what you want me to do, nigga? You can beat 5 niggas. The fuck? Now, I'm not saying he probably would have pulled somebody off my ass that was from Richmond kicking my ass. Because he big enough to do all these things. He probably would have. He probably wouldn't have. I don't know. But all I know is he was petty and this shit kind of like, I ain't going to say it was meant to happen, but he's supposed to do something else besides let this nigga live for all these weeks, man. And this what happened to you. Like, you let him live for all these weeks. So I never seen this man no more, y'all. So remember I was just telling y'all in the last story when they transferred my ass to Greensville. I got like probably around this time, I got like 6 months. So I'm at Greensville. One day I'm in the chow hall going to get my tray. Come around a little joint. I look, I see a big giant sitting at the first table. Like when you got to hit the corner at where the tray slot is at to get your tray. I see a big black motherfucker with a jacket on. I see that tall ass head. He turn around when I see his, I'm like, oh shit, he gray. He done got gray. This is like probably like 3 years later. He done got gray in his face. You know what I mean? Goddamn, he got glasses now. You know what I mean? Look like he an outstanding citizen in Greensville. Like he work at the library or something now, man. Like it's all the way over with, man. Like it was a wrap. So when I see him, I'm with the dude AJ I was telling y'all about that was on Lawrenceville where we in the line together and shit. So he kind of see my reaction when I see him, like, Lord. He like, who's that? I'm like, yo, that's that nigga, that big nigga, man. God, I almost said his name. I was like, man, that's that big nigga, man. I was like, man. So when he was like, where you there? He's like, he trying to act like he didn't know I was here, but I know he waiting for me. So why you got to be waiting? Because his part already left. He's in the building beside me, which I didn't know. Which, no, 2 buildings beside me. He was in one of those buildings beside. Like, I was in this building. It was another building. He was in the building, that building. So he waited, and he like, hey, where you say, when you get up here? I'm like, bro, I've been up here for some months now. He like, for real? I was like, I'm about to go home, though. He was like, for real? I was like, this is the go home part right here. He was like, oh, all right. Hey, but look, but let me holler at you when you get your tray. Lord, man. Big nigga, man. Really trying to talk to this big nigga, y'all. Man, I get my tray. I sit down, man. You know what I mean? No, at first I ain't sit down. I get my junk. Like, what's up? He like, hey, look, man, goddamn, boy, you about to go home? Like, yeah. He like, man, sit down, man. Goddamn. I'm like, all right. Sit down. I sit down and shit. Goddamn. I'm like, man, I'm saying in my head now, like, hey, God ain't gonna let this happen to me. Not at the end. Not at the end. This can't happen to me. So I sit down and shit, because I don't trust people. I'm like, he could be rocking me and just go grab me by my neck and try to kill me. So, goddamn, sit down. I sit down. He like, hey, look, man, let me ask you a question, man. I'm like, what's up? He was like, man, why y'all let them niggas jump me like that, man? I'm like, what? I'm like, yo, man, listen, man. Look, bro, that was you had that situation, man. Look, I ain't got nothing to do with that shit, man. I'm about to go home now, though. Like, what you gonna do, kill me? And I looked him in his eyes. I was like, what you gonna do, kill me? He looked me in my eyes. And I was like, all right, man. I got up and I peeled, man. I went back and sat with my homeboy, man. He got up and he left. It won't no more words to be spoken because he probably thought in his head, like, he right. Like, nigga, I'm not from where you from. I'm from Norfolk. I'm not from where you from, bro. For one. And for two, nigga, you the biggest nigga on the compound. And for three, you should have handled that shit different. So that's your fault, bro. Don't try to drag niggas in at the end when niggas coming serious. Like, them niggas was coming to put in work. They knew we weren't gonna jump in. They knew that already. They knew that shit. Everybody, that shit was irrelevant, man. So I seen that big nigga, man. And that shit was nuts, man. That's the end of the story, man. Like, the moral of the story is this, man. I know dudes out there with them hammers, man. You know what I mean? But when they take them shits away from you, man, if you ain't staying out the way and you come in prison, man, you have to deal with these big niggas, man. They got giants in there. He was just one of them. I seen giants on Sussex. I seen giants everywhere I went. There's big niggas in there, man. Like, stay y'all ass out the way, and y'all ain't got to deal with these dudes, man. Like, I had to deal with this shit. Like, this is the chest. Like, when you come in there and you like dude that like to move and shake and do your little thing and shit, you have to deal with all type of different personalities, man. Big giants, little niggas, crazy niggas, maniacs, the robbers. Everybody does drugs, man. So, like, if you just want to not have to go through that shit, just stay y'all ass out the way, man. Prison is nowhere you want to be. these situations I've been through, thank God I made it through. I'm happy, man. And I'm going to stay happy, man. But what we going to do, y'all, we going to stay our ass out the way, man. That's what we going to do, man. I appreciate everybody for watching, man. We going to keep coming, man. Like, share, and subscribe. Turn me up, man. All y'all got to do is hit the button. It don't cost nothing. It don't make nothing. It don't take nothing. Just do it. Hit the subscribe. If you watching this and you ain't subscribed yet, hit the button. Rock with me, man. I'm coming with them junks, man. I got y'all. I ain't gonna never give up. We're gonna keep rocking out to the end, man. I got 1,000 stories. I got a plan for this stuff, man. Y'all just gotta stick with me, man. Let's keep going up, man.